My name is Mars Colucci with IronTouch, and we've got a really good webinar scheduled for you today. I think you're going to be really excited about what we got to show you. If you were on one of our previous ones, we briefly highlighted IronSuite, which is a new approach to service and systems management, designed and developed by IronTouch. Today we're going to delve a little deeper into one of the key modules of IronSuite, which is IronDesk. And with us today we've got Deep Beering, who's the technology guru, brains behind the IronDesk. And we've also got Rod on the call, and Gaurav from one of our partners who's helped in the design and development of the whole IronSuite. So today it's all about IronDesk, and Deep's very shortly going to give you a demonstration of what it is, why we've done it, and how it works, and how it could fit into an organization. Our goal really was to design something that is suitable for the smaller organization, and something that's suitable and affordable for just about everyone. So if you've got any questions along the way, please type them into the question box, and we'll get them all answered at the end. And with that, I will now turn it over to Deep, and he'll start with a brief overview and then go into a demonstration. Deep, you there?
Yes, I am, Mars. Hi.
All right, over to you then.
Okay, thank you, Mars. Thank you, everybody, for joining the presentation today. I'll make it nice and sweet and very easy so everybody can see what's happening within the modules itself. Mars, are you recording this just for everything?
Yeah, this is going to be recorded, so everyone who's on the call will get a copy of the recording. Will be a link to the recording. So yes.
Thank you, Mars. Okay, the IronSuite presentation. Last week we spoke a little bit about the whole suite itself. Today I'm going to touch on the suite, but more in depth with the IronDesk itself. So, IronSuite, what is IronSuite itself? Well, it's a module which is basically very affordable for the SMB type of market space in your organization. The reason we brought this into light is with our skills in the market space, well over number of team members that we have got around the world, we found that enterprise companies were looking at these type of tools, but we actually found that the SMB market space, which have been deprived of such tools, so we're bringing this for the smaller end of the market space. Leads us to say this is very flexible, so it can grow as your organization grows to the larger numbers. I mean, it's been tested to a very high scale of numbers, but the idea here is for that SMB type of market space, it's a very affordable, efficient, and cost-effective for those needs. 3 modules which are taken into place today: the password reset for Active Directory, service management, and systems management. The idea here is that all 3 modules are fully linked together, giving you a very enhanced type of modules in itself. The modules itself is the IronDesk, which is a core login system; IronPulse, which is a very advanced type of tool, should I say, systems management type of tool; and a password reset, which is the IronPass, giving you a very exclusive integration tool, giving you a very when people look at these type of tools, they don't want to sort of like manage the tools, they want to manage the end users, and this is why we brought these tools to your organization. The IronPass, which I'm going to show you next week in more details, but the IronPass is a very simple Active Directory reset password, allows the end user to reset their own password. That's an Active Directory password reset tool, but allows the end users to log on from anywhere, reset their password, and carry on going into the system itself. Now, most organizations will say, well, that's very, very advanced, but the key thing here is it logs, of course, into the system itself, so it gives you a full return on investment. The next module that we've got into place is the IronPulse. The IronPulse is an inventory, remote management, package type of deployment type of tool, and as you can see from here, it's got a number of key functionalities to it. But why have we brought it together into the desk itself? Because from the desk, we can do a number of key functionalities from it. Software deployment directly from the help desk itself. Other type of tools, you can back up and restore from the system itself, remote control. These are the key functionalities which every organization wants, as your SMB type of market space, that you want to control from a help desk itself and log all those key functionalities into the system itself. Very secure, controlled, time-saving, and once again, it's one of those systems management tools that you're not managing it, you're managing the end users. The IronDesk, most organizations tend to think that, okay, I'll need a desk for incident problem change or other type of tools. So 99% of the organizations, especially the SMB type of market space, and we've actually done our homework on this. It's not that we've thought out of the air that this is what we need. Having spoken to loads of SMB market space organizations around the world, customers in Australia, Asia Pac, UK, the States, we found that companies actually want a tool which they can log the calls from anywhere, and also look at service requests, so they can request a piece of software. So two types of key functionalities built into the system itself. One of the other key functionalities that we found is that companies want to remote control their machines from a help desk, and that's what we've also integrated that using our Iron Pulse. And another functionality was software deployment within the desk itself. And one of the key functionalities is reports. Every organization wants to have their reports, and return on investment, once again, gives you that full functionality directly from the desk itself. So, IronSuite, IronPass, IronDesk, and Iron Pulse, all fully linked together, giving you a very comprehensive tool set itself. Most organizations says, yes, I'm a 400 user site and I'm going to grow up to maybe 500 or 600 user site. Is it scalable? Yes, it is. The tool is already set to be scalable to your needs. Whether you're a 200 user site, whether you're a 400 or 4,000, it doesn't really matter. The tool is set to make sure that it actually hits your market space. The key thing here is its affordability is for those smaller user sites rather than for the enterprise user sites. But hey, if enterprise companies want to use this, they are using it at the moment. I mean, we've got companies which are enterprise level which love this tool and enjoy it. There again, on the other side, we've got companies which are less than 200 user sites and are using this type of tool. So it's one of those key functionalities. Open source allows you to integrate into other functionalities within your organization. And yes, it has got multi-site, so you don't have to be on a single site to use this type of tool. You can have multiple sites in your organization. The key thing here is that you got one throat to choke. In other words, if you've got a problem with your password reset, you can talk to us and we'll make sure that that problem's resolved. Help desk or whether it's Pulse, it doesn't really matter. The key thing here is you give one number to ring and you're talking to the key people, and we'll try and resolve those issues that you may have. 99% of the time, these type of issues are easy resolvable, and we also are one of these organizations we say it's very simple to install. So it's not one of those tools that you need maybe 30, 40, 50 days. It's one of these tools that's very simple, and more to more that we find that companies are actually installing this type of tool themselves rather than having engineers like ourselves to come along and install it. So if there's any questions, please ask right at the end, and I'm more than happy to demonstrate these questions to you. So let's go on with the demonstration itself. Here I am at the end user's desk. Okay, the reason I'm starting from an end user's desk is to give you that nice simple idea of an end user who forgets his password again and again and again, or the system's got locked, or he can't log in for some reason and he doesn't want to tell us exactly why that reason is. But by clicking on the URL link here, it takes us into what we call the nice and simple. I've just gone out of it for 1 second. Just 1 second. Let me just connect back on. Unlock his computer. So here I am at the end user's machine itself, And one of the key things here is I forgot my password reset. By clicking on the URL link here, I'm going to put in my details as the end user here. Now, as the end user, the domain is already connected for me, so you can have multiple domains into the system itself. And the key thing here is by clicking on my user details here, I'm going to go along and say, okay, what is it actually require? Password reset or unlock the account? I actually just want to do a password reset. It has a series of questions on there. You know, mother's maiden names, you know, best favorite dog, or your ID number. And as you can see, I've got 2 questions in there. You can have up to 6 or 8 questions if you want to make it more complex within the system itself. Ideally here, make it nice and simple. Make it so the end users can reset their own passwords with their own questions on there, and it allows them to go along and reset it. Father's middle name. So I can go along and put that in there, and it goes along and says, yes, I'm going to click into Active Directory. Yes, I'm going to allow you to reset your own password as we go along. So here I am resetting my password. Now, most of people, organizations tend to ask is this connected to Active Directory? Are the policies all set? Yes, they are. Whatever you've got in your Active Directory, those policies will automatically come into light here. So I can automatically set those questions in there, and it allows you to reset those answers and questions. Here I am. I've gone into my machine, and now I can go along and click into the desk, into my end user's machine. Nice and simple. It's gone along and allowed me to go into the system itself, and looking at my machine now, I can do a number of key things into here as a normal end user would do as they're logging into the system. So what we've done is nice and simple. Use the password reset, allowed us to log into the system itself and connect on and see exactly what, day-to-day running of the system itself. Now, the next type of thing what we tend to do is in the organization is, how's this actually, logging a call, or what's happening in the background into the system itself, or who's getting involved, or these type of questions. Has the call been logged? Has it been updated? People tend to want to know these for return on investment. The key thing here is return on investment is actually done because here, as you can see, because the call has been logged at a certain time at a certain period, every one of these calls have been logged. And the key thing here is not only have they been logged, but they've been automatically closed in the system itself. So everything is being updated and closed and giving us a full idea exactly what's happening with the calls itself. By clicking on the URL link here or going into our web portal, this allows us to basically go into our service desk itself, and going into the service desk, it allows us to log calls into the system itself.
We haven't lost you, have we, Deep?
No, I'm here.
Okay. Are you just logging in as a user now?
I am. I'm logging in as an end user and into the system itself. I thought I was already logged in with my NT authentication. But
you're an analyst now, are you?
Here is, I'm an end user here at the moment.
User. Okay, sorry.
End user. No, the key thing here is as I'm onto the service portal itself, I can actually see my desk. I can see exactly all the calls which are coming in. I can actually go along and review these calls. But one of the key things here is, as you can see, the password reset call, which was logged and automatically being closed within the system itself. So every call which is being logged, opened, is giving me a full history of those calls. Now, one of the key things I can also do is I can actually go log a new call, or I can actually request a service. By requesting a service, if I wish to, I can go along and say, hey, what's the issue I'm having with? I can say I may need software. Click on the software here, and what sort of software I require. I may need to have iPlayer on my machine, and click on here and say can't use iPlayer. Okay, and I can create that call. Nice and simple. Everything's already created for me. The call's been logged, and as you can see, the email's automatically being coming back to me as well within the system itself. And also, it gives me a full history on what's happening within the system itself. So one of those nice and simple ideas on who I am, where I am within the organization is coming back to me. Now, not only am I looking at these type of functionalities which are coming into the system itself, but more importantly, I'm actually logging every call within the system itself. So I can actually see what's happening. I can see my calls which are coming into the system as well. So it's giving me a great fundamental of calls, updates, and things like that. Let's now go on to what we call the IronDesk itself. Now I'm logged in as what we call the support analyst into the system itself. Now logging in as a support analyst, this is the first screen I actually see of the help desk itself. Now, I'm going to run through these things for you, a little bit more details. The first thing is our dashboards. Now, everything which has been resolved, open, you can actually have your own dashboards which are being there. And if you're logged in as a manager, you may have a different screen on here that you can see these reports which are coming into the system. Now, the key thing here is I can actually see all the calls which are coming in, the breach calls which are there. I can see the priority list which are calls coming into the system itself. I can also see the tag cloud. Now, what is tag cloud? The tag cloud is basically all calls which are coming into the system itself. It gives you understanding that, hey, there's more, that's actually a little bit bigger than this one, or it's bigger than this one. The reason is, it's giving us a history of how many calls are coming in about these type of issues. Even if I click into one of these calls itself, it gives us an idea of all the calls which are coming in. And as you can see from here, there's a call which came in at a certain time, and it's already been closed. And that was my Stephen Day call, which I was logged, and it's automatically being closed within the system itself. If I go back into here, I can see basically the calls which were coming into the system on more of a side. Workload list, I've got all my workload lists which are coming into the calls itself. I've got my groups list which are available for me, and also assigned groups. So the idea here is giving us a full history of all those calls which are coming into the system. Priorities of my calls, workload lists of my calls, and also the things I need to do onto my system itself. Not other people, but myself, which I need to do. And also I can make announcements if I wanted to of those calls which are occurring. Now the key thing here is I can go along and say, look at my new incidents which are coming into the system itself. We're also looking at my requests. Remember I logged a call into my request into the system, and those requests which were coming in, but the end user requesting an iPlayer. And here's my call which was coming in by Stephen Day. I can click onto this call itself. I can actually see what's happening with the call. Now as you can see from here, the call log has been logged. It's been logged by Stephen Day. It's been a service request software, and it's telling me exactly who the machine is. I can see the machine ID number details on there. I can see exactly it's an iPlayer. I can see the calls being logged. I can add further details, comments if I wanted to. And you can see the tag information is already being present. For service level agreements, I can actually see that the status of those calls which have been open, closed, or resolved. Urgencies got a normal type of priority. Now the key thing here is for SMB type of market, we found that you want to have service level agreements associated to the catalog. So if it's a software, it may want to have a certain software type of tag on there. It has a priority on there, the impact, how many people is it going to be impacted. It can be selected to an individual or a group. I can also have attachments on there. So everything that you would find in an enterprise solution, you've actually got it here. Now I can do key things on here. I can actually remote control the machine directly from here if I wanted to. But I can also go onto here by looking at my post type of solution and actually look at the history of those machines. In fact, I can actually see the warranty of the information. I can see the processor speed. I can look at the memory of the machine, the drivers of the machine, even down to, has it got storage on the machine, or down to software itself. Okay, well I can see that he hasn't got iPlayer on the machine itself. I can click on the package here, I can click on the package. What did he want again? He wanted the iPlayer onto this machine, the media player on there. Click on here and deploy that type of thing onto the machine itself. That's how easy it is to go along. It's automatically been updated for me. It's gone along and basically saying, okay, I'll go along and deploy that piece of software onto the machine itself. Notice it's not in my queue now here. If I click onto here, once again, I've only got one thing left on my system here. But the key thing here is that the core's been logged, updated, and also the software for that piece of software has been gone along and going to be deployed. And I'll go to the machine at the end and I'll just show you how that's basically being done. SMB market, one of the key features for that market space is what we call reports within the system itself. Top 10 cores. Who are your top 10 cores? It can actually give you all that reports that you require. The top 10 cores of the system itself. The number of cores which have come into the system. All these type of reports are automatically available to yourselves. Manage those type of cores. The number of resolved cores, number of analysts by resolved. Each one of these cores are already presented for you at a given notice. You can also export these cores by clicking on here. Export them to an Excel spreadsheet. Create your own reports. They're very simple to do. But 9 out of 10 times, the reports that you require are already there. Creating those users, easy to do. Create a user, create a group, create roles, create departments, create location. How simple is that? You don't need a rocket scientist to create these type of things. They're already there for you. Your mail log, your systems log, you can easily diagnose any type of issue that you have got yourself. Even down to your create an article. It's got articles already in there. In other words, if you've got a Word issue or you've got a PowerPoint issue, majority of the articles are already fed into the system. Help yourself by creating your own articles in there, that your site is unique to any other site in the organization. And yes, it's got a scheduler in there if you wish to schedule your calls, schedule your backups, and furthermore, you can create your own catalogs. Create those catalogs that you wish, your tag menus if you wish, if you want to create your tag menus, they're all available there. And once again, nice and simple, my tickets, my incidents, manage those service requests, create a service request, manage those incidents or requests. They're all click of a button for you straight away. And once again, you've got your own charts here which are available for you to view. If I now go to the end user's machine, by presto, there's my machine, my player, which is automatically directly deployed from the desk itself. So very nice and simple, very easy to do. Very simple in the sense of software creation, deployment, things which are being done in the system itself. One of the key things also within the system that we're talking about here is when you're looking at these type of tools, for your SMB type of market space, is that it's very easy to manage. You are not managing the tool itself. You're managing your end users. And also what you're doing is you're deploying software or you're doing your imaging directly from the desk itself. Now, I spoke about the password reset. I've spoken about the desk itself. The key thing of here also is the Iron Pulse. The Iron Pulse is very simple, and I will go through this in more details next week to show you on how easy everything is linked together. But you've got your users, you've got your groups, you've got your computers. There are all these machines which are linked together, these modules which are linked together, giving you this presentation which I'm showing you today. You can back up your machines at a given notice, any backup, and you can go along and restore a piece of software which is basically could be backed up and restored, imaging onto the computer. And I'm going to show you this a little bit more in the next session that we have. But today's session was all about the desk itself, showing you a whole idea on how the desk is presented into your organization, how the calls are being logged, updated, and closed from that point of view. thank you for joining this presentation, and we'll take any answers and questions which are available. Mars, are you there?
Yeah, that was great. Thanks, Deep. That's pretty cool, actually. I mean, something that functional, how long would it take to deploy in a live environment?
Mars, you've just taken David's question away. He's just asked that same question what you've just asked. I don't know if you asked, was it? But something like this, it wouldn't take long. I mean, the whole module suite, you're talking less than 5 days to do. I mean, 5 days is one of those key ones to do. So it's less than 5 days to do, so you can easily go along and deploy this. We normally sell this as a package deal, so you know our engineers will go along and deploy it for yourselves within that time period. I've got another next question. I might as well start reading these questions out for you guys. This is from Andrew. Andrew asked the question: password reset. Is it all fully just for Active Directory, and how easy it is to set up those questions? Yes, Andrew, it's Active Directory password reset, and you can actually create your own questions on there, and those questions can be then deployed to your end users. And it's very simple, once again, to go along and set those questions and answers for the end users. Another question has come from Stephen. Stephen asked the question on the desk itself. If I have the desk, is it easier for me to have all the machines linked together? I'm not quite sure what the question is you're asking. Oh, he's asking the question: the desk itself, is it on the same machines as the Pulse? Yes, you can actually have this on the same servers to have the Pulse server and also the desk on the same server, and the password reset, that we normally say have that on your Active Directory servers, which are fully synced together. Another question has just come in. Service level agreements, are they associated to the user or the machines? Service level agreements, that's entirely up to yourself. Ideally, from a help desk point of view, you'd want to have service level agreements on a call itself or on the machine level. So we can actually log calls on a machine as well as the end user, if that makes any sense to yourself. I've got another question from somebody saying, can you remote control from a desk? Yes, you can remote control from a desk, from the service desk. You can remote control any machine which has got the agent on there from the desk, as well as from the Pulse software itself. Another question has come along. Can we look at warranty information from the desk? Yes, the answer is yes, you can. From using our Pulse, which will pick up all the machines information, and from the desk itself you can have a link which will give you the warranty information for those machines, and you can actually then go along and see if it's under warranty or if it's out of warranty, and take necessary measures to go forward from that. I've got another question from somebody's asking me the question about the desk, asking, is the service portal configurable? Yes, the service portal can be configurable. You can have your own announcements on there, and for the end users it's authentication, so you don't need another username and password. It's fully authenticated. Another question has come in from someone saying, can you have antivirus information on there? Yes, the answer is from your Iron Pulse. It's got an antivirus update information, so you can actually see if your machines are all fully patched or not patched, and then you can actually have a call logging into the desk itself if you wish to say these machines are not patched. So you've got a call logged, and you can then deploy a package if you wish to the end user's machine. Well, a lot of questions today coming in, should I say. If there's any more questions, Mars, have you got any questions on your side from there?
One thing I'm sure everybody would be interested in, Deep, is if they wanted to have a play around with this, can we give them access to a live system that they can sort of have a play and see how easy it is to and intuitive it is for them to use?
Yes, Mars, of course. If anybody wishes to have that, send a quick email to us, and I can send you a link to a live demonstration, and you can play around with it and enjoy, or we can try and get you an eval on your site if you wish, so you guys can play around with it on your site rather than playing around with any dummy one. So that can be easily arranged.
Okay, good, good. All right. Okay, well, as Deep said, if anybody would be interested in having a closer look at this, drop me an email or any one of us an email, and we'll make sure that we give you access to a live system, or even, as Deep said, if you wanted to evaluate it yourself in your own premises, we can arrange for that as well. Again, we've recorded the webinar, so we will make a link available so you can go back and share it with your colleagues and friends and family and anybody else that you want to share this with. And please feel free to do that. And also, as Deep said, next webinar we'll be going deep dive into the Iron Pulse, which is a really, really cool piece of technology which allows you to do lots of things with your end devices. So Deep will go into much more detail about that at the next webinar. And that one's scheduled for the 12th of February. Again, it's a Thursday, 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. And we'll be going into detail about all the capabilities of Iron Pulse. So make sure you watch your inboxes for invites for that so you can register online. So again, I'd like to thank Deep for an excellent presentation. And I'd like to thank everyone for attending. And we said we'd keep this to about half an hour, and we're just 3 minutes over. So I think that's doing pretty good. Deep, you'll have to brush up on your timing on that one for next time. So anyway, thanks again, everyone, and we look forward to seeing you on the next webinar. Thanks very much, Deep.
Thank you.